Greetings to all. Welcome to Future Officers Academy. Today we are going to see the daily current affairs of July 1st. Today we are going to see the topics of South China Sea, Saubhagya Scheme, National Quality Assurance Standards, that is NQAS, Chennai Vladivostok Maritime Route, and Reciprocal Exchange of Logistics Agreement. And finally, we are going to see the new criminal laws. So these are all the topics we are going to discuss today. Our first topic, South China Sea. So it is an arm of Western Pacific Ocean that borders the Southeast Asian mainland. And also, it embraces the areas of about more than a square miles with mean depth of 3,976 feet. Now its boundaries are, it is bordered by China, Taiwan, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Brunei and Vietnam. The southern boundary of the South China Sea is a rise in the seabed between Sumatra and Borneo, and the northern boundary stretches from the northmost point of Taiwan to the coast of Fujian Province, China, in the Taiwan Strait. It is connected by Taiwan Strait with the East China Sea and by the Luzhou Strait with Philippine Sea, both marginal seas of the Pacific Ocean. The South China Sea and the East China Sea together form the China Sea. The major archipelagos are known as Paracel Islands, which was controlled by China, and the Spratly Islands. So the climate here is, the weather is in the sea is tropical and largely controlled by the monsoons. It is the second most used sea lane in the world. It is a significant trade route for crude oil from the Persian Gulf and the African through the Strait of Malacca to Singapore, Thailand, Hong Kong, Taiwan, South Korea and Japan. Now what are the major ports seen here? The major ports are Hong Kong port, Singapore and Kaohsiung. So these are the major ports seen in the southern Taiwan. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about Saubhagya scheme. The government of India launched the Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana. It is called as Saubhagya. It was launched in October 2017. Its objective is to achieving universal household electrification by providing electricity connections to all unelectrified households in rural areas and all poor households in the urban areas in the country. Under the scheme, LED bulbs, wire holders, switches, etc. are to be provided to BPL families for free of cost. The features of the scheme are providing last mile connectivity and electricity connections to all unelectrified households in rural areas, also providing solar photovoltaic, that is SPV based stand-alone systems for unelectrified households located in remote and inaccessible villages habitations where grid extension is not feasible or cost effective, providing last mile connectivity and electricity connections to all remaining economically poor unelectrified households in urban areas. Non-poor urban households are excluded from the scheme. In the rural areas, families other than BPL families, electricity connection has to be provided for rupees 500. The consumer has to pay the amount in 10 equal installments of rupees 50 in each bill. In the urban areas, the BPL families will be provided free power connection. It is a provision that families of rural areas which are not possible to issue electrical assemblies through grid supply have to publish through solar energy. With this, we have to know about rural electrification corporation. that is REC, has been designated as its nodal agency for the Saubhagya scheme. The beneficiaries for free electricity connections will be identified using socio-economic and caste census, that is SECC, which was released under 2011 data. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about National Quality Assurance Standards, that is NQAS. It has been launched for Ayushman Arogya Mandis and for Integrated Public Health Laboratories, that is IPHL, in compliance with the IPHS standards. Here, IPHS is a digital platform for real-time monitoring of public health facilities that provide a comprehensive overview of the assessment and complaint status of public health facilities. Now with this we have to know about what is the Spot Food License Initiative. It is for the instant issuance of license and registrations through the Pan-India IT platform designed to address all safety regulatory needs, that is for food safety and complaint system. The new provision supplements the existing procedures for applying and obtaining license and registration as prescribed under the Food Safety and Standards Licensing and Registration of Food Business Regulation 2011. Instant issuance of license without the intervention of licensing authority will be available for select categories such as wholesalers, distributors, retailers, transporters, storage without atmospheric control, cold importers, food vending agencies, direct sellers, and merchant exporters. This scheme will not apply to business involved in high-risk food categories like milk, meat, and fish. With this, we have to know about what are the Ayushman Arogya Mandirs. These have been established and operationalized to provide comprehensive, accessible healthcare services for all citizens. These are led by a community health officers. The primarily healthcare teams at AAM are trained to manage initial care, triage, and refer patients to appropriate facilities for further treatment. This approach reduces the burden on secondary and tertiary care facilities by providing primary care services closer to the community with adequate referral linkages. The early identification and management of health issues help prevent disease progression, necessitating advanced care. So that's all from this. Our next topic is about Chennai Vladivostok Maritime Route. This maritime route is a part of Eastern Maritime Corridor. So that is a trial run of a ship was conducted between Chennai port in India and Vladivostok in Russia. With this we have to know about what is the Eastern Maritime Corridor. So it is proposed sea route between Chennai in India connects to Vladivostok in Russia. So Sea of Japan, East and the South China Sea through Malacca Strait to reach the Bay of Bengal and then cut across through the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago to reach the Chennai. Now what are the best benefits of Eastern Maritime Corridor? First, it reduced the duration. So this route is advantageous as first distance is reduced by 40% from 9,450 nautical miles to 5,647 nautical miles, and second is shortens the transportation time up to nearly 16 days. Next advantage is access to Russia's Far East. So this port provides access to resource-rich regions offering opportunities in sectors like energy, mining and technology for Indian business. And the third benefit is trade and strategy. India is building a nuclear power plants with Russia's collaboration in Kudankulam on the sea coast in Tamil Nadu, Tirunelveli district. The opening of sea route is likely to help in this project. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about reciprocal exchange of logistics agreements, that is RELOS. The reciprocal exchange of logistics agreement between India and Russia is a significant administrative arrangement that will enhance military cooperation between two nations. So it is between India and Russia. So its purpose is to agreement is designed to streamline military logistics support, making joint operations and long distance missions more efficient and cost effective for both India and Russia. Its significance is sustained operations. It will facilitate the replenishment of essential supplies of fuel, rations, spare parts, thus enabling continuous uninterrupted military presence in crucial regions. It also provides berthing facilities for troops, warships, and aircraft. It will be applicable during both wartime and peacetime missions. Next is strategic advantages. It will enable smoother utilization of host nation existing logistics network, enhances ability to respond swiftly to crisis. It will provide a strategic edge to the military operations of both countries, thereby reducing overall mission cost. The next is expanded military reach. It enhances India's maritime outreach and influence in strategically important regions. It also boosts maritime domain awareness and shared logistics facilities could enable better information exchange about maritime activities, enhancing both countries' situational awareness. The next is balancing Quad agreements. Relos balance Indian logistic agreements with Quad countries and Russians non-Quad strengthens Russian presence in Indo-Pacific without Quad involvement. It counterbalances US influence and China regional role for both India and Russia. Now, the scientific interconnections. India's primary engagements in the Arctic are focused on understanding scientific interconnections between Arctic Sea ice melting and changes in Indian monsoon systems. With this, we have to know about Indian logistics agreements with various countries. First, it between India and USA. We have to know about this. General Security of Military Information Agreement, that is GSOMIA. It was signed in 2002 to facilitate sharing military intelligence between India and USA. Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement 2016, which allows mutual use of military logistical facilities. Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, that is BECA. It was signed in 2020, which provides India access to US geospatial intelligence data. The next is Communication, Compatibility and Security Agreement, that is COMCAAC. It was signed in 2018, which enables the transfer to encrypted communication equipment. Next, between India and France. Facilitates logistical support during joint exercise, port visits, and humanitarian efforts, promotes stability on Pacific and Indian Ocean regions, enables maritime intelligence sharing. So these are some of the scene between India and France. Next is India and Australia. Comprehensive Mutual Logistics Support Agreement, that is MLAC, which was signed in 2020, emphasizes shared vision for Indo-Pacific maritime cooperation. Next, it is between India and Japan. It allows coordination for services, that is ACAC, which is signed in 2020 and supplies between armed forces. So that's all from this topic. Our next topic is about new criminal laws. The IPC will be replaced by Bharatiya Nyaya Second Shanhita 2023. The CRPC of 1973 will be replaced by the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Second Sanhita 2023, whereas the Indian Evidence Act of 1872 will be replaced by the Bharatiya Shaksha Second Bill 2023. So, we have to know about the brief history of criminal laws in India, which has been evolved over centuries, reflecting changes in governance, society, and legal philosophy. So, in ancient India, we can see two laws. That is, first, as in ancient Dharma Shastras, and the second one is Arthashastra. So in medieval we can see the influence of Islam and Hindu Muslim legal synthesizes. In colonial era we can see the Regulating Act 1773, Indian Penal Code 1860, Code of Criminal Procedure, that is CRPC 1898. These are all seen in colonial. In post-independence, we can see Constitution of India 1950, amendments and new legislation. So these are all seen in post-India. Now recent reforms are: the first is Criminal Law Amendment Act. Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013. Next, Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015. Next is the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2018. So these are the recent reforms. With this we have to know about Bharatiya Nyaya Second Sanhita 2023. The Indian Penal Code IPC 1860 is the principal law on criminal offences in India. Offences covered including those affecting human body such as assault and murder, property such as extortion and theft, public order such as unlawful assembly and rioting, public health, safety, decency, morality and religion, defamation, and offences against the state. This retains most offences from the IPC. It adds community service as a form of punishment. Sedition is no longer an offence. Instead, there is a new offences for acts endangering the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Now we have to know about what are all the key changes have been done in this. The first is offence against the body. The IPC criminalizes such as murder, abetment of suicide, assault, and causing grievance hurt. Next is sexual offences against women. And next is sedition. Under this sedition, it instead penalizes the following: exciting or attempting to excite, secession, armed rebellion, or supervisor activities, encouraging feelings of separatist activities, endangering the sovereignty or unity and integrity of India. The next one is terrorism. Under terrorism, it includes an act of intent to threaten the unity, integrity, security, or economic security of the country, or strike terror in the people or any section of people in India. Punishment for attempting or committing terrorism includes death or life imprisonment and fine. It is a result in the death of person, imprisonment between 5 years and life and a fine. Next is an organized crime. Organized crime includes offences such as kidnapping, extortion, contract killing, land grabbing, financial scams, and cybercrime carried out on behalf of a crime syndicate. Next is a mob lynching. In these crimes, it includes race, caste, sex, language, or personal belief. The punishment for such murder is life imprisonment or death. Next is rulings of the Supreme Court. This include omitting adultery as an offense and adding life imprisonment is one of the penalties for murder or attempt murder by life convict. So what are all the laws overlaps between in the special laws? The Food Safety and Security 2006, the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940, the Bonded Labor System Abolition Act 1976, the Juvenile Justice 2015, and finally the Motor Vehicles Act 1988. Next we have to know about Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita 2023. So the Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Sanhita seeks to replace the Criminal Procedure Code 1973. It mandates forensic investigation for offenses punishable with 7 years of imprisonment or more. Forensic experts will visit crime scenes to collect forensic evidence and record at the process. All trials, inquiries, and proceedings may be held in electronic mode. Production of electronic communication devices likely to contain digital evidence will be allowed for investigation, inquiry, or trial. If a proclaimed offender has absconded to await trial and there is no immediate prospect of arresting him, the trial can be conducted and judgment pronounced in absence. Along with specimen signatures of handwriting, finger impressions, and voice samples may be collected for investigation or proceedings. Samples may be taken from persons who had not been arrested. So, now it has retains most of the provisions of the CRPC. The key changes includes detention in under trials, medical examination, forensic investigation, signatures and finger impressions, timelines for procedures, hierarchy of courts. So these all comes under the key changes. So that's all from our today's topic. To read this document, you can visit our website. Our website link have been provided in the description. To get more daily current affairs videos, follow our YouTube channel, also our Telegram channel. Thank you.